Hello everybody, so I'm here today to talk to you about Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. It's the first in the Peculiar Children series, and I only just finished reading it. Makes me feel a little bad that I've only just read this book since it's been on my TBR list for years and on my bookshelf for years. But hey, I finished it, and better late than never. In case you two are late to the party, this is actually a really good and very interestingly crafted book. Ransom Riggs weaves found photographs in with the narrative to tell a very interesting and very peculiar story. See what I did there? The crux of the narrative revolves around a boy named Jacob and kind of on the history of his grandfather. So the first part of the book really delves into that relationship and the complexity of it and how Jacob uses that to relate to all the other people in his life and all of the locations that he's been and will go. It's really important and really central to the actual plotline itself, which I don't want to give away. You do meet Miss Peregrine and all of her peculiar children, and you will understand how they connect to Jacob, but I'm not going to tell you how they do, because it's less fun that way. But for those that are curious, I did really enjoy this book. I was also very surprised by it. I found myself kind of expecting a certain formula from it from the way that it began, even with the photographs weaved into it. And so whenever Ransom Riggs started to slowly unravel and deviate from that formula, it became more and more interesting to watch how he was structuring things and how he was playing with character within that. I think Riggs shows that he's a very talented and insightful author by the way that he writes and lets the reader get to know his characters. You do get the very real sense that these are all real people to him and that he's only revealing the things to you that you might be interested to know, as opposed to the fact that he knows everything about them. And that richness comes through with every character and with every scene that he writes. I am planning to read the next two, but I'm also really interested to see how you felt about this series and what you think about the adaptation that Tim Burton is directing. Feel free to leave some comments down below and let me know what you think. Other than that, I did just finish reading the first in the Cormoran Strike series by J.K. Rowling / Robert Galbraith, and I really liked it. It was a slow build up, but it had a great ending, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series, so don't spoil anything for me. Before I jump into the rest of the series, however, I'm going to finish Beauty Queens by Libba Bray and Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, since that's what we're on in my Jane Austen book club right now. I think that's all that I have for you today, although if you're looking for a truffles recipe, I think that'll be up on my blog tomorrow. I hope you have a really great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye! Scratch nose. I don't have truffle in my mouth.